Hey guys, what's going on? Sherman here. Doing another flashlight review for you guys today. Today we're taking a look at the On the Road i3. Kind of a strange name. This one comes from GearBest. They sent it to me with some other knives to review recently. It's a pretty sweet light. It's called the On the Road. So, not a brand I've ever heard of. I'm pretty sure it is a GearBest exclusive. But it's pretty sweet. I'm just going to jump into this review. All the information I have is pretty much written in Chinese, so bear with me. Like I said, this one is called the i3. It does have a Cree XML2U2 LED, which is a pretty good, high quality, high output emitter. And for the size and price of this light, at least on paper, has some of the highest output I have ever seen. So, pretty cool. Like I said, that's just on paper. I don't have any way to test that. But it does have, made of aluminum, hard anodized, which is pretty durable anodized finish. Haven't really put it through the ringer. On camera it looks kind of gunmetal, but it's actually, you know, black. So you have this knurling on the 3 of the different sides of the light, or 4 different sides. You have the hex shape over here by the bezel, and kind of a heat sink, even though this light does not heat up very much, but it does have some heat sink fins, probably just imitation. And then you have the same kind of flattened sides here, and that just keeps the light from rolling around too much. You can lay it down, it's not going to roll away. You can prop it up to shine light on whatever you want. It's a tail cap actuated light. Has a rubberized tail cap with OTR for on the road. Very grippy. It is very tactile, so that's cool. I definitely like tail cap switches. It's really what I prefer. So very good audible click. It is flush mounted too, so you could do the tail cap stand. It does wiggle a little bit. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. But it will tail cap stand, so you can do a candlelight, what they call candlelight mode, where you just sit on a table, it shines the light, bounces and reflects off the ceiling, and it'll illuminate an entire room. It does have 2 lanyard holes here. And it does come with a lanyard, by the way. It comes with a couple of different goodies. So you get this soft adjustable lanyard, which I'll never use, but it comes with it. Just like a lot of O-lights and Phoenix lights, 4.7s, they all come with those lanyards. It comes with spare O-rings, 2. So that's really neat. That's really nice. It comes with this soft foam carrying case with a drawstring. Again, not something I'll ever use, but it's nice that it comes with it. But something that is really cool is that it comes with its own proprietary battery charger. So this does have and comes with a rechargeable battery. So they send you this on the road battery charger. Now this is universal. There's some specs there. I'm not too knowledgeable about these. But you can put a bunch of different size rechargeable batteries in here. I just stick with the one. And it does work. I had to use it before this review because my battery was dead from testing it. So, very cool. And like I said, it works. So, get a battery charger. That's really cool. So like I said, rechargeable battery. The battery that comes with it is a 3.7 volt lithium ion, 700 mAh, and it is a 16340. Now, it's the same exact size as a CR123. I'm not sure what the difference is. Like I said, I'm not a battery guy, but you can see down there, it has a rounded reflector, a dome reflector. And the reason for that is because one of the key features of this light, which is I think really cool, is that it has an adjustable beam setting. Yeah, you saw that. I didn't break it. Telescopes out. So when the light is fully, I guess, compressed, it is a complete flood or inspection beam. Now what this comes in handy for is if you are trying to focus in the dark on something that is slightly bright, you know, a sheet of paper, anything white, anything like that, and you're shining a big spotlight, you know, with a big hot spot on it, you're gonna blind yourself. You know, you're gonna ruin your night vision. It's gonna hurt your eyes, and you're not gonna be able to see it. So the floodlight or inspection light, you're gonna be able to do that. So I've come to like this working in a warehouse. A lot of parts of it are dark. I'm having to look at sheets of paper. I'm having to look at labels. And like I said, when a bright beam is shining on that, I can't see it in the dark. So I use a flood style light such as this one. So it really comes in handy. I really like that feature. You see this on a lot of coast lights now, and lens light does that a lot. So very cool feature that I have grown to really like, but it's not just one or the other. You know, you can adjust it in between and get the right kind of light that you want. So when it is fully telescoped out, you get a bright square beam. Very unusual. Again, lens light is famous for that. Why square? Because the actual LED itself is square. You guys can probably see it down in there. Yeah, the LED is actually square. So that's why the light is square. Now, now when it is fully telescoped out like this, it is just the hot spot with no spill. Spill being the area around the hot spot, the halo, if you will. This is just hot spot. So that can also come in handy, or you can get somewhere in between. All right, I'm going to go through the outputs. Oh, first of all, most of the information is in Chinese, so I can't see it or read it. I mean, but it looks like it is IPX6 drop rated. I'm not sure what that means. If that's 6 meters. Normally, you see IPX when in reference to water resistance, which this does have an O-ring in the tail cap, so it is water resistant. So let me go through the output settings with you guys, just how they have it on their instruction book. So you have 4 different light settings, and this light does have a memory. So whatever you turn the light off, whatever setting you turn the light off on, next time you turn the light back on, it's going to be on that setting. You don't have to cycle through settings every time you turn it on. So that's another neat feature. But I'm just going to start out from the very beginning, or the lowest setting, which is 10 lumens. And they're stating that the battery runtime on 10 lumens is 45 hours, which is very respectable for 10 lumens. The second or medium mode is 100 lumens. And they state that the runtime for that is 3 hours and 40 minutes. Very respectable amount of light. High, or the third setting, is 250 lumens with a runtime of 1.5 hours. It's pretty standard. It's actually not bad for a single battery. And the extreme or ultra, whatever you want to call it, the highest output setting, they state 620 lumens. And this is very bright. Can I say it's exactly 620 lumens? I don't know. I know that it is really, really bright. The estimated runtime for this is 35 minutes. So I'm not sure if that output is very accurate. I'm sure it's somewhat accurate. It looks like it is. But like I stated in my other flashlight reviews, a lot of times with these cheaper companies, what they do is they list the actual emitter's ability and not what it actually emits. In other words, like I said, they're measuring the minimum and maximum of what this LED can do and not what it's actually doing. So, if that makes sense. And it's going to vary with battery to battery. This is just the fully charged battery that it comes with, and then their runtime estimates. So, take that for what it's worth. I don't know if you're getting a huge guarantee with a company like this, that they really tested this and put it through the ringer. How you cycle through the modes, by the way, it is full click for a constant on, and then it is a half press to cycle through the modes. Half press meaning I'm just barely pushing down on that light until it changes. Now you can push down on it and the light will stay off. I'm not sure what purpose that serves, but it can. So half presses to cycle through the modes. Like I said, when you turn the light off and then turn it back on, it's going to be at the setting that you last left off on. Now you can also cycle through the modes by off and on, but as you can see, sometimes it does that because this light has a hidden strobe feature, which I think is kind of cool. I like this strobe feature, unlike a lot of flashlight models where you have to cycle through the modes in a secret way to get to your strobe. Strobe is really to get somebody's attention, and also in a lot of people's philosophy, a strobe light is a really good self-defense tool, or something to use in self-defense. You know, you're in a dark lit parking lot, you know, walking down the street, somebody's approaching you, press that strobe on, and it's going to really disorient that person. It's going to blind them and disorient them, allow you to get out of the way. So to be able to access that feature really fast is kind of a cool idea. So to access the strobe feature at any point and any light setting while this flashlight is on, quick double click. And it strobes at, I believe, 250 lumens. It may be the full 620. But like I said, again, just 2 quick half presses. Let me show you guys the battery real quick. The tail cap unscrews. Pretty smooth threads. There's that O-ring, and it's nice and lubricated. Here's the battery. For all you battery buffs out there, I am not one of them. There's a proprietary on-the-road 700 mAh battery, 3.7 volt, 16340. So, just one thing I wanted to mention, and this may be a double duh for those of you who know about flashlight batteries, or batteries in general. I, like I said, am not an expert, but just something that I wanted to mention for this review is that while this battery was running down, I was in a hurry to do this review a couple of nights ago. This is probably my second time reshooting this. I needed to get a fresh battery, so I went and I grabbed 3 brand new, completely unused CR123 batteries. Yeah, these are all 3 volt. Yeah, I got 3 different brands, and I tried them all in this light, and none of them worked well. Don't know why, because they're the exact same size, and I thought they're the exact same battery, just called something different. So, like I said, 3 different brands, 3 different kinds. Pop it in there, it fits. Like I said, I just needed a fresh battery to do this review, but when you use these CR123s, you turn the light on, you get to one of the higher output settings, and let's see, it'll start doing that. It will never reach the highest output setting possible, and it'll start flashing. Not quite sure why it does that, but it has done that in all 3 of these batteries that I've put in it. So, not sure what's up with that, because technically these should all be, maybe it's because these are 3 volt and this is a 3.7 volt. Don't know. But this light does not seem to appreciate normal CR123 batteries. It only has responded to the rechargeable battery that it comes with. So I just thought that was worth mentioning, that it does not seem to work with normal CR123s. Alright, let's take this thing outside and do some beam shots, some beam tests. Alright guys, I'm about 25-30 feet away from the side of my shed. So I'm going to go through the different output modes and then do the flood versus the spotlight. Alright, so first I'm going to do the floodlight at 10 lumens. So it illuminates the whole area like a floodlight should. Zero that in. That's at 10 lumens. So that looks to be about right. That's about 10 lumens. Very concentrated square beam. Alright, now I'm going to do the second mode, which is 100 lumens. So you can definitely make out everything on the side of my shed. Very, very clear, very easy to see. Zero that beam in. Very bright light. So pretty accurate, definitely I'd say about 100 lumens. Plenty of light. But now I'm going to go to the next setting. which they state is 240 lumens. Almost like daylight, completely illuminating the side of the whole shed. Like I said, you can make out everything. Bring that light in. Extremely bright. Very bright hot spot. As actually, it's hard to see, but you'll be able to see going across the screen there. There's like a ring. There is a light ring that is going out from around the bezel of the light and is shining on the ground in front of me. Unusual, but alright. So now for the max output of what they state to be 620 lumens. So, absolutely ridiculous amount of light. Like I said, it is like daylight. It's just illuminating everything. And the hot spot is so bright that it's actually washing out the camera. So definitely very bright. You can actually see the trail of the beam. So very cool. I'm just going to point it out in the woods now, out behind my house. Alright, now here's what I'm most interested in. The 620 lumens. So it is, it's almost like I have a work light set up in my backyard. It is extremely bright, illuminating my entire backyard. Now for that flood, or the spot, I mean, whoops, messed it up. Yeah, again, you can see the trail of that light. So you can clearly see the tree line, the woods, the whole ground in front of me. An amazing amount of light. And like I said, you can see the light right here and its beam. Very, very bright, very cool. One quick thing I wanted to mention that's kind of annoying about the half press method to turning on the light is that if you're trying to cycle through the modes too fast, you're going to get that strobe. So just something I wanted to mention. I hope you enjoyed this review. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments box, and I'll post a link in the description to where you can check this out. Alright guys, enjoy the rest of your night. Stay safe, stay sharp, and God bless. Sherman614. Peace.